That day, the streets of Owerri were electric. People were shouting, clapping, some were even crying. They followed the police convoy straight to headquarters just to see it with their own eyes. On the ground lay the body of Henry Chibueze, the man everybody knew as the vampire of Imo State. For years, he had terrorized families, whole communities. Why did people need proof that he was gone? Because until that moment, it felt like this man could never die. So who was he? His real name was Henry Chibueze from Wangele in Imo State. By the age of 7, he was an orphan. By 11, he had dropped out of school. Some reports, some accounts say that that's when he started crime. Though what we do know for sure is that as a young man, he ended up in Cotonou, Benin Republic, where he said that he was trained in kidnapping. When he came back to Nigeria, he built his own crew, ex-militants, even army deserters, all of them armed with AK-47s and charms. He set up safe houses across Imo, Abia, Rivers, Delta, even in Abidjan, where his wife and daughter lived. He claimed that his wife thought that he was a trader. Now, the name Vampire, let me tell you how that came about. In February 2013, Lagos witnessed something insane. Vampire stormed into the house of his girlfriend, Sandra Ijidimma. Inside, he unalived her, one of her sisters, and the sister's children. Now you think, okay, so that's enough, right? Wrong. He left that house, went to another street entirely where more of Sandra's relatives lived, entered that house and continued the bloodbath. Another sister, 3 more children, all gone. 8 people in one night wiped out. Why? Because Sandra had allegedly run off with 45 million naira of ransom money. That moment sealed his reputation. From then on, Nigeria called him Vampire. And Lagos wasn't the end. In 2015, he confessed to unaliving a member of the Imo State House of Assembly. He kidnapped and killed the wife of a traditional ruler in Imbise. He murdered a businessman who had just returned from Malaysia. He wiped out 3 members of another family in Inquiry, even after ransom was paid on them. By his own words to police, he couldn't even remember how many people he had killed. The official police briefing said that he had confessed to over 200 killings. Now, nobody can independently verify that number, but it tells you the scale of what even he admitted to doing. By 2013, police had already declared him wanted. By 2015, his crimes had become so bold that he had even attempted to kidnap tribunal judges in Owerri at Disney hotels. That was when the DSS finally caught him. He was wounded in a gunfight and he fled to a relative's house for treatment, and that's where they caught him. That day was it was in July 2015. Vampire was paraded in front of Governor Rocha Sokorocha and the press. Cameras flashing. His legs were bandaged. And right there he confessed. He even admitted that he once collected 10 million naira ransom and he still unalived the victim. They threw him into Owerri prison, but inside he lived like a king. He had phones. He bribed a prison officer. He even ran kidnappings from behind bars. One woman was abducted. 5 million naira ransom was paid, and Vampire got his cut without ever leaving his cell. Then came January 27, 2017, the day of his trial at the Owerri High Court. Vampire arrived in a prison van, but his gang was already there waiting. They had parked in an SUV inside the compound, pretending to be DSS. The moment he stepped out, chaos. Gunfire for 10 straight minutes, lawyers running, prison guards falling. Vampire even grabbed a rifle during the shootout. Now reports conflict here. Some outlets say 6 people were injured, others say 6 people died. Either way, what matters here is that Vampire escaped that day. Governor Okorocha immediately put a 5 million naira bounty on his head. And in response, what did Vampire do? He phoned the governor's family and threatened them for daring to put a bounty on him. 2 days later, he kidnapped 4 more people, proof that he was back in the business like he never left. But the police were not done. The IGP's intelligence response team, led by Abba Kyari, they hunted him down. They arrested his cousins who confessed to hiding him. They tracked him from Imo to Abia. They kept looking for him. Finally, the trail led to Omoawa Forest in Rivers State. March 2nd, 2017, around 1 a.m., police special forces surrounded the camp. The gun battle, it was fierce. Vampire's charms did not save him this time. When it was over, Henry Chibueze, the vampire of Imo State, was dead. 5 of his gang were captured alive. Obina Ella, his second in command, Arinze Abecheta, Chuku Ebuka Ikeazota, Samuel Ugochukwu, and Clifford Ahena. Police recovered 5 AK-47 rifles, 300 rounds of ammunition and charms from his body. Back in Owerri, the celebration was wild. His body and his captured gang, they were paraded at police headquarters. His corpse was lying on the ground. His boys sitting beside him in handcuffs. Weapons displayed in front of them for everyone to see. Crowds poured in from the streets. They were clapping, dancing, desperate to see proof that the nightmare was finally over. And he didn't stop there. Police also arrested his herbalist, his juju man, Iweaju Gad, at his shrine in Abia State. Gad confessed that he had prepared charms to make vampire bulletproof, and that he even did the ritual that used prison guards' names to confuse them during the court escape. Now, whether you believe those charms worked or not, that's up to you. But what is clear is that Vampire believed in them enough to stake his life on them. So why did people in Imo celebrate so loudly when he died? Because for years, they lived under his shadow. Entire families gone. Roads too dangerous to travel. Even police officers avoided moving alone. For ordinary people, seeing his body meant only one thing. The vampire was finally gone. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like stories like this, please follow me. I tell these stories all the time on all my social media. Also, please send me stars. Facebook has asked me to please ask you to send me stars. It's like gifts. I think they're somewhere under my video. I don't know. Thank you.